Supporting 2 Drink Minimum through the Amazon link is the next step in the evolution.
Celebrity voice impersonating.
From the pages of the World Wrestling Federation magazine, here's updates.
Previously on 2 Drink Minimum.
I like the design of
I
it.
love the design of it.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Really?
The NXT Heavyweight Championship belt.
Can I guess?
As, sure,
European?
as Shane McMahon, as Naked Midian, as Al Snow, the European Championship belt.
I legit thought this would be your number 3. Positives
I
to it.
cannot abide by the Winged Eagle belt being that low on anybody's favorite belt list.
My favorite-
It's so classic.
The Universal Championship.
Why?
Good choice. And I'll accept where it is because it's got the wrong logo on it. Brutus and Greg the Hammer Valentine were tag champs
They
once.
sure were.
Even they looked good with it. The WCW United States Championship.
No.
It's
Ghost Rider. I admit I went to WrestleMania 21 with a fucking chain around my neck that I bought from Home Depot that day.
even Hunter going backwards to it still sold it.
Yeah.
And when they shine that puppy up, it shines. Moving on.
My number 5
I think we will.
favorite championship belt of all time is the one you bashed, the one you hated, the one you just sat here a few minutes ago and had the stones, had the cojones to say you didn't like.
I never said I
The
didn't like it.
WWF Winged Eagle Championship belt. The one held by Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
Randy Savage,
Yeah.
Andre the Giant for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The Winged Eagle Championship belt looks
Ric Flair.
so...
You know what?
Ric Flair. It
That
looks so
promo ruined
classic.
it for me too. It was so small, and Ric Flair's apparently big hands. This is the best day of my life. And I'm just like, it looks like a fucking toy.
It was so classic looking though, even at the time, because if you remember, the words "world" was like at the top, and it was written in a font from like the 20s. The fucking sidebars where you could rest your thumbs.
I mean, the
looked
sidebars
great.
was cool if they
the
would be
side plates
attached.
looked really good. The globe in the middle, it just looked like a prestigious championship belt.
Now imagine. Oh no, it's gonna click on a different thing. But if they redesigned it for today's style, look how good this looks. All right.
It just looks to me the Winged Eagle Championship.
What I really like about this belt is how the wings poke out at the top.
Yes.
I really like that.
Everything about it just screams heavyweight wrestling champion
You're not
of
wrong.
the world.
You're not wrong
of
because
this world.
it even that's the logo. Like that's what you see.
Yes.
When you think about it, really.
Yes.
When we were a kid, that's what we saw.
Right.
They never even made a good replica. They made a cheap ass fake replica that wouldn't even be that.
No.
It wasn't even that design.
that's
And
right.
The
Well, they did
closest
that
we
for all
got
their
to
belts.
it was on the Hasbro wrestling ring.
That's
It
right.
came with a tiny
Yes.
one.
And even the tiny one
and I had
looked
to
great.
repaint it gold because it was scratched off. I used it so much. Okay, no, you're not wrong.
It's amazing.
I'm surprised you don't have a higher then.
It's amazing looking.
Surprised you don't have a higher.
Well, what's your number 5?
My number 5.
We'll get to what's higher. What's your number 5?
We're in the same boat here because it's also a WWE Championship, Heavyweight Championship, but
The
it's
Ruthless Aggression belt.
the Undisputed Championship. It is Brock Lesnar's
Yeah, the Ruthless
Undisputed.
Aggression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lesnar's Undisputed Championship, and
I'm
I
actually
had,
surprised that was not higher on your list.
I had a lot of trouble deciding where to put
your
this.
love of Brock Lesnar.
It's
I'm
not
surprised.
my love for Brock Lesnar. It's my love for the belt, and I love the belt. I like Lesnar's because he was so big. They had to make a bigger one.
Yes.
I had a lot of trouble deciding where to put that compared to I don't know where it is. It was between these two belts, and I had to keep Googling them, and I couldn't decide which one to put which, and I had to put this one at 5. Once I looked on it at Google, I was like, at a glance, it's a little plain. Just at a glance, because it's a rectangle. You don't really notice the intricacies of it until you inspect it. But when Taker had it, when Hunter had it, when he turned face, even when The Rock had
the
it.
the look of him with that belt, right? Not the matches.
Right. The look of him with the belt, the belt on his shoulder. It was a new belt, first new belt in a long time, even though it probably wasn't that long, but it felt like a long time.
4 years.
Yeah, it felt like a really long time. It was undisputed. You know, we had those 2 belts for a long time, and they finally molded it into one somehow. I love that belt. It's always, I wish they wouldn't have gotten rid of it and turned it into the new WWE Championship. I really was saddened on that.
Me too. There was really no need other than there really was no need. like Cena's spinner WWE belt came to fruition and people kept fighting over that. But
I wish it would have went back to the undisputed title
right
after Cena lost it, much like the U.S. title.
Or the Smoking Skull belt was only for Austin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, except for Taker held it for a little bit. And,
for like a day.
Yeah. But I do love the undisputed championship that Brock Lesnar held. Oh, wow! I just noticed where I put a certain belt. Mm-hmm. Okay, 4.
Butterfly belt, Divas Championship.
Just scared the dog. Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go with the. I have a tag title on here.
Oh,
I didn't think I did.
Look at this.
And I mentioned it to you the other night. It's the last incarnation of the WCW Tag Team Championship.
You showed it to me. It looks nice.
I really like it.
I don't know that I would put it this high on a top 10 belt.
It holds a lot of good memories. The Outsiders coming in with them. A couple of random tag teams that WCW put together.
That's still pretty high on your list.
If I were to buy another belt right now, that's probably what I would buy. There's a ribbon around it. There's an eagle. It's got some color in it. It's a really unique shape. It's not just round.
The WCW side plates are unique.
Yeah. It's got the old WCW logos on the side. It's got the red one on the top. I really like it. I like also, look in the background here. Like, look at this material.
Yeah,
it's
that's nice.
so unique. And I never realized that's a dude holding up the world.
That's nice.
I really like this belt. It's nostalgia for me on the games when I have guys come out with it. If it fits the guys on the game right, not assuming they don't have like a robe and it's over the top of it and it looks horrible.
Right.
And it's like floating. It brings back so much nostalgia. I'm like, fuck, that belt looks good. It's my number 4.
Not bad. My number 4, ironically enough, was once worn by one of the 4 horsemen. Of course, I'm talking about the NWA Television Championship belt.
Television
Championship. Red and silver NWA.
The one I brought up when we were going through these lists?
The red and silver NWA Television Champ. Tully.
I was going to say
Our boy Tully. And I think Arn even had it. I think Tully had it. Tully had it. He probably lost it to like Magnum or Dusty or somebody.
Would you have gone to this one if I didn't bring it up?
Yes. Yes, I would have.
Now this one's...
I like the way...
I love the red and the silver.
There are a couple of incarnations of it.
I was going to say, look at this. We got like 5 right here.
I like them all, but my favorite is the red strap, silver plate.
Okay.
Yeah, that one right there. I really like that. The first time I saw that on, I think it was Flair's DVD.
This is pretty.
It was either on Flair's... I think it was probably on Dusty's DVD.
Oh, please tell me they did this.
They did do that.
ABC side plate and CBS side plate?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
With the old school, early 80s, late 70s logos, I do like those.
That makes this belt so much better. I wish I would have looked at that more importantly.
Yep.
You know what? I would put that on the list.
I'm a huge fan of that belt.
I really wish I would have.
Huge fan.
When everyone had a belt in Horseman, that one stood out, and that's what I loved about it.
Huge fan of that. Looked good on.
Good choice.
Yeah, looked good on. Matter of fact, I'm sure it was the Dusty one because one of the extras was Crockett presenting Dusty with the new TV championship belt. Nice. I love the design of that belt.
Good choice.
It's just really classic.
Very good choice.
Really classic.
I like that. Oh my God! I wonder if our number 3 is the same.
Let's see. What's your number?
Is it your turn or is it my turn?
Let's see. I did
Undisputed. I did 4.
I did my 4.
So do your 3.
My number 3.
Oh, come on! I think we got this one.
Woo!
Damn it! If this belt's not on your fucking list,
Big Gold.
I'm pissed.
Big Gold. Big Gold.
All
Big
right.
Gold belt. And I'm talking about the WCW NWA version of Big Gold Belt. There's something that changed when it came to WWE.
Do you want to know what
when
it
they
is?
handed it to Triple H?
I know what it is.
What was it?
It curved.
Was that what changed?
Yes, and they added the WWE logo, of course.
There was
yours is flat.
There was something different about it when Triple H had it that I'm like, that doesn't look for some reason as good.
Your Booker T, your Scott Steiner, and
Rick
everyone
Rude.
else before then
Yeah.
is a flat WCW belt. When they brought it to WWE, they curved it, probably for Triple H, so it could fit around his belly.
Probably.
And ironically, I liked the WWE version more. I never really liked the WCW Big Gold belt.
Well, for me, the Big Gold belt, the first time I saw it was when I first got into wrestling. I got, when I was about 8 years old, I got one of the Apter mags, and there was a picture of the Big Gold belt in it. And it was probably the first belt, even though I'd been watching WWF at the time almost religiously, it was the first belt that I ever looked at and was like, that's a cool looking belt. Like, I never really paid attention to the WWF or Intercontinental Tag belts, but I looked at that and looked at the pictures and was like, that is a cool looking belt. And ever since then, to me, in all incarnations in WCW and NWA, the brown strap, the black strap, I really liked their Big Gold belt.
I did, and
really,
even
now,
in WWE,
and you're talking about the small details of the WCW tag belt,
there's so much detail on that belt.
That's
so
part
much
of what I
going on.
love about it, and the crown on top and everything. I love it.
I like the crown on top. It's a good touch. I don't know why though, especially because I was a WCW guy, and I liked the red NWO spray paint on it when Hogan did that.
And the spray paint on it was a great touch because the Big Gold belt looked so classic.
Yeah.
That when they desecrated it with the NWO logo, it looked like, what the fuck? This is tradition.
It's a good belt because it looks good on guys. And it's weird, when I think about it, I immediately think Hunter, which is horrible. But even like Goldberg and Flair and Sting and Luger.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys, it looked really good on it.
It
Fit them really well because it would take up almost their entire midsection. But it's not on my list. I'm not going to say it's a bad looking belt. I wouldn't put it on my top 10 worst, but it's in the middle for me. It's somewhere in between.
All right.
Where are we? 3? I was really hoping this was your 3 because I think this is on your list.
All right. There's 2 more to go.
I would assume this is on your list. This has to be your number 2. The $1 Million Championship. So, it's such a good belt. It's so good. Gush over it now, if you will. The $1 Million Championship is a fucking amazing championship. It's diamonds, even though our new belt is diamonds, but whatever. It's still very, very shiny. The only problem is it's only going to be one size because there's no plates. It connects. It's a bracelet.
Right.
So
that's right.
But it's a great belt. The only issue I ever had with it was its size. I wish it was bigger. A lot of times on DiBiase's shoulder, it looked fucking microscopic. Sometimes he was holding it here.
It looked really small on Austin's shoulders.
And Austin's shoulder too. And that's what I didn't like. It was just, it looked really small, but it looked heavy as fuck too.
But it looked good on DiBiase when he wore it.
Yeah, it looks good wearing it. It's oh my god, that belt. Like, I love that it's in all the games. Because ironically, I've had like Batista wear it, and it looked amazing on him for some reason. It's just it's such a good belt. I can't even put it into words. I guess because it's unique. It's not like any other belt you've ever seen. There's no leather strap. I'm assuming it pinches the shit out of your skin when you put it on.
I've heard that about
gold plated.
I've heard that about people who get the replica.
Yeah, it's 2 chunks of gold.
Yeah,
and then it's gotta pinch you because it folds. It's a tank track. So, is it your number 2?
No.
Fuck.
So what's your number 2?
My number 2 is right here. Is the WWE.
That ugly thing?
This is not ugly.
That ugly thing?
It's not ugly. Look at this gorgeous belt. WWE
Just gonna take this away from you now.
United States Championship.
I'm just gonna take that alcohol away from you now, son.
This
you need to sober up.
Belt.
Can we get some coffee over here?
This belt was at the time, a first of its kind, because it's mainly paint. So it's not just like a globe or something like that.
And it's your number 2.
It's my number 2. You knew I owned this belt. You knew it was one of my favorites.
You own that belt because somebody gave it to you.
I got it for free, but I chose it. I chose this belt to order and then got it for free. But I enjoy this belt thoroughly. It is a very good belt. Its WWE lineage is great.
Belt. Yeah, that's
think
true.
of some of Eddie Guerrero.
And Chris
Eddie Guerrero and
Benoit.
Benoit. Eddie Guerrero and Cena had some good matches. Orlando. I'm kidding.
We're not talking about the lineage of the belts.
But it also looks good. It looks good on Benoit. It looked good on Guerrero. It looked good on Cena before he changed it. It looked on Ambrose. It's a good looking belt. It's a unique design.
Would you say it looks good on Roman?
Roman carries it on. Roman doesn't believe in this belt.
Yeah, neither do
Last
I.
night, Roman picked it up and was like, "Yep, I'm holding it."
Roman, come on. There you go.
They're all gonna start booing.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, go for your number 2.
Yeah, no. First off, we're stopping here on this fucking belt. How can you look at this fucking design? It's a fucking pentagon. It's a fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. It's a fucking. Your design of a belt is a fucking pentagon.
That's unique because guess what? The Pentagon is in the Capitol or something like that.
That's terrible.
I don't know.
The
Government.
I particularly, especially after.
There's a Statue of Liberty over here.
Especially after I saw it the first time in your house and I saw it close up, I'm like, this is not a great looking belt. Like, it looks all right. You're right. It looked all right on Eddie. It looked all right on Benoit. But this is not a particularly great looking belt. You're talking about looking like toys. Now, by the way, this doesn't look like the John Cena spinner fucking belt that he had when he was world champion. That shit looked like a toy.
Mm-hmm.
This is nowhere near as bad as the butterfly belt. But I would not put this on my top 10. This is middling somewhere. This is somewhere in the middle.
love it.
I don't know that I would put this on. If I were to put this on my worst list, it would be on the bottom of my worst list, or
It even looked good on Big Show.
it would be like
on him.
It would be like on the top of my worst list, or like on the bottom of somewhere in the middle. Like, it wouldn't be the worst of the
I know
worst.
you don't like it.
It wouldn't be the worst of the worst, but
I know you don't like it,
one of the
but
best of the
it's
best.
gonna go on my list.
You're kidding.
It's a
You're
great belt.
fucking kidding. Your list is null and fucking void at that point.
My list is full of colorful belts, and I like color.
Oh, that is not a great looking title.
I love it.
It's
Even up there, you look at the screen.
Ugh.
Look how beautiful this
Ugh.
is. I mean, it looks so damn good. You could just.
And I see what they're going for with the flag, supposedly waving
there's
and
a flag
everything.
in there. It's a good belt.
Not a
It's a
fan.
great belt.
Not a fan. That was your number 2.
That was number 2.
Not a fan. A better belt than that is the classic WWE Intercontinental Championship. That is a better looking belt. The one worn by Shawn Michaels, the British Bulldog, Bret the Hitman Hart, Mr. Perfect, Reza Ramon
When I think
Chico.
of Intercontinental Champion, I think of Mr. Perfect. However, why isn't that your number 1?
Well, because I got something else for my number 1. But the classic Intercontinental Championship belt looks far better than this. The rectangle stacking up, just the lineage of. We're not okay. Let's not talk about the lineage.
We're not talking about lineage.
But the way it looks. Case in point, WrestleMania 10. You had the fake belt and the real belt.
Yeah.
Right, hung above. They both looked good.
Obviously, how cheap it is. They could find a replica.
They both looked
in
good.
Mexico and hung it up. And
Both Intercontinental Championship belts look good. It looks
They
so
had Jan
good.
whip
It
one up
looks
really
so
quick.
good that every company not named WWF tried to copy it as one of their world belts for a
because it
long
was the
period of
easiest
time.
one to purchase. Obviously,
Oh
they
my
have
gosh, the
them
Intercontinental belts.
laid about the streets in Mexico.
Particularly with the black strap, it looked so good. The way it was worn, it looked so good. In just much like the Attitude Era Intercontinental belt, it looked good on virtually everybody who had it.
I don't like that one anywhere. It would never be on my top 10 list. I don't even like the white one, and I like white strapped belts.
I like the white one on Shawn. It looked good on Shawn.
It did, but I'm talking even the new one. I don't even like the new white one.
I'm not the new one's alright to me.
The Attitude Era one is always going to be superior Intercontinental Championship to me compared to that one. I'm not a fan of that one. I don't even assign it to people on the game. I'm just like, fuck that belt.
Really?
There was a yellow one. I think Warrior had it. There was a black one. There was a white one. white one was okay. There was a blue one at one point.
Yeah, the classic Intercontinental Championship belt to me is number 2.
Not going on my list. Not
it's-
that high.
It's better.
We feel similar.
It's
I
better
don't like
than the
that
US.
belt. I don't like
this
it's
fucking
boring.
US belt.
It's boring. It's got
boring.
tears. It's got
so much character to it.
It's
what are you
boring.
talking about? Boring.
It's a rectangle.
Oh,
look at the rectangle.
Hold on.
It's a boring.
You're
a boring
fucking
belt.
insane. With the stars on the side, Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, the world in the middle, the big blue
It's got
globe in the
snowflakes
middle,
on it.
The big blue globe in the middle.
Why does it have snowflakes?
Those aren't snowflakes. Those are stars.
Holy shit! Those are snowflakes.
Those are stars,
Look
and
at
you
these
know it.
snowflakes.
Those are stars. Well, because it's a special one. These are special snowflakes. Those are stars signifying the continents.
Honorable mention
Wait,
time.
aren't there 7 continents?
Honorable mention.
There are like 5 stars there.
Antarctica, the belt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right.
So the 6 continents you could actually wrestle on are yes. Come on, the Intercontinental Championship belt. Look. Oh, and then they still have the star on the bottom there. So that one's representing of fucking Antarctica. No particular order.
Okay, go ahead.
Hardcore Championship. I have a fondness for the Hardcore title. I do. I have a fondness for the Hardcore. First of all, I like the Winged Eagle belt, and I like this.
Yeah.
And the reason why I like the Hardcore title is a juxtaposition of why I like the Winged Eagle belt, because the Winged Eagle belt looks so classic, looks like a heavyweight championship belt. This is heavyweight championship wrestling. The Hardcore belt is the Winged Eagle belt smashed to bits. But see, that's the point. That was the whole point. That was the hardcore division. It was not your daddy's wrestling. It was not your daddy's prestigious professional wrestling, like Greco-Roman holds and sharpshooters and shit.
Well, not only is it an ugly belt, but it's supposed to be an ugly belt.
It was supposed to be an ugly belt, and it fit that, and it looked so ugly, it looked good.
Only time I liked it was when Big Show wore it on his arm. So,
I like the hardcore belt.
Let me do one of mine.
Go for
You
it.
hate this belt.
Butterfly belt.
We're going to move on as soon as I say it.
Okay.
I just think it looks cool.
All right.
I forgot about it
you
until I was Googling.
You already said United States Championship. This was your number 2 right here.
No, this is honorable mention.
Okay.
You absolutely despise this belt.
Okay.
It's not the butterfly belt, but it's close. It is the Jeff Hardy TNA Championship.
That belt looks hideous.
It's this belt.
That's stupid shit. You're right. I do hate it.
You hate it with a passion. I just think it looks cool.
I do fucking hate it.
That's all I'm saying. Honorable mention because it looks cool.
Moving
on. What's your other honorable mention?
No, you know what's a better looking belt than that? The fucking Hurricanes Championship.
It is.
Hurricanes Championship looks way better than that.
It just looks nifty. I
terrible.
saw it in Google and I was like, oh, that's honorable
Fucking
mention.
terrible. Honorable mention, the Ruthless Aggression heavyweight belt, the one you're talking about with Brock Lesnar and everything. I looked at it, I thought about it. I remember liking it at the time as I was looking at the pictures of it. The side plates have these weird little curls on them I'm not particularly fond of, or I'm not a particular huge fan of, and you're right, looking at it, it does look kind of plain. So, as much as I liked it at the time, and you're right, I like the size of it on Lesnar, and it looked good on Lesnar, looked good on Angle, looked good on Big Show. I just couldn't put it in my top 10.
Lance Storm's Canadian Championship.
I looked it up. Honorable mention sounds about right
so
for that.
It was the Cruiserweight Championship, the Hardcore Championship, and the United States Championship.
I thought about those.
With Canadian stickers on them.
I thought about that.
But they fit very, very well. They fit in there good. It made it look right. It looked like a real belt. They had very specific names to them, which was really cool. It was like the North Canadian Championship.
Wasn't one like the Saskatchewan or something?
Something like that. And then like 100 kilos and under championship. He gave one to Elix Skipper. He gave one, I think, to Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
That's how he became the Canadian champion.
Yes.
Another honorable mention is the Attitude Era Tag Team Championship belt.
Which...
It looked like the classic Tag Team Championship.
Okay.
The particular difference was, along with the scratch logo, I think they didn't really change any details on the plates, but the straps were red. It was alright. It was fine.
Red?
Yeah. The inside of the strap was red.
The inside of the strap.
The inside of the strap was red. Fine. I feel like they didn't really try to update that one, though. And that was kind of my problem with it. They didn't really try to update. Like, it's like, put a red strap on the inside.
That's such a small change.
Yeah.
It's almost not honorable mention, but it's kind of the same thing with me in the United States.
I still like the way it looked, but and my other honorable mention is the NXT Tag Team Championship, though. I like it. I like the offsetting colors.
Yeah, I like the on each belt
Black
One
gold,
is black.
black.
Yeah, I like that because you can wear them and you're matching each other in a sense, but not.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Right.
Why not?
Yeah. Fine.
But I wouldn't put those on. They almost look like create a belt. Like someone was like, I need to make a tag team belt, and it's almost too plain. Much like the NXT title, which sure it's developmental, I guess you could say, although it turned into a big thing. But whatever. Obviously, our number ones aren't going to match.
No.
Now I think I know what your number one is, but I've been wrong this whole time. I don't think you have any guess what mine is. Can you guess what my number one is?
I'd have thought the Ruthless Aggression belt. I was gonna say the Big Gold belt, but you disagreed with it, and you said you like Triple H's a little bit better.
You're in the wheelhouse.
The current WWE belt?
No. It is the Attitude Era WWF Championship, held by Triple H and The Rock.
The
and
black
Stone
strap.
Cold. The black strap. Really big. It was a big belt.
It was a huge belt.
It's a perfect circle.
Yes.
And specifically, good memories. Shane.
Oh no, because you didn't like it when the new WWE belt debuted. You were with me that you.
Which one?
The current one.
The current one, no.
Yeah.
No, didn't like it at all. I disagree with it completely, except for I like the Undisputed belt, but that's only because it's red. Shane shining it up on Triple H's waist. And Shane did it, and it had to have been on the spot, because Triple H was there like, what the fuck are you doing? It was a great moment. Loved that belt. And when I Googled, I'm like, you know what? I think that's number one for me. I think when I think championship, that's what comes to mind. Triple H put that belt over for the moon to me because I loved Triple H at the time. He did a promo once saying, this belt means everything to me. This means more than my life or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's the belt. And it made that belt. And it's beautiful. It's big. It has blue paint on it.
Yeah.
It's very shiny. The black version, of course. The WWF scratch logo, of course. Fantastic belt. I hated whenever Hunter covered it with the big gold belt when he had both. No, put that one up front. That one that deserves more, to be more prominent.
Yeah.
So that's my number one.
All right. My number one. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the fucking $1 million championship belt. It just come on.
I'm surprised you switched your number two and number one.
Fucking gold and just the diamonds on it, everything you were talking about. It looked great on Ted DiBiase. Looked all right on Austin, but that's because he didn't wear it usually.
Yeah.
The couple times he did wear it, it looked great. Virgil even made it look good carrying it to the ring.
Yeah.
It's everything $1 Million Man was, and it fit with the guys who wore it after $1 Million Man.
What about Junior?
Junior wore it okay. Junior wore it fine. It was just so 80s greed. It was just so Wall Street. It was just so decadent, fast Ferrari shit. And when Virgil won it, it was like, yes, he's a millionaire now. This is what he needs. Like, yes, he's gonna have money. And the way they put it over, like it's almost like his family was the family from fucking Good Times. They were just sitting in a hovel somewhere, waiting for him to win this belt so they could pay the fucking rent one more goddamn month. But it was the belt equivalent of a lottery ticket. It was the belt I thought I would at some point have enough money to get a replica of, and I almost did a couple of times. It's one of the belts it's the number one belt that if I get enough money for it, that's the first one I'm buying.
I have a Target version of it.
And ironically enough, it's the most expensive replica belt you can get.
What?
It's
not leather. It's all fucking gold bars.
It's like $200 more than every other replica belt.
I wish IRS would have won it at some point. He would have looked good with it because you mentioned Wall Street. I think he would have looked good in it.
Yeah.
I gushed over it as number 3. It's up there, no matter what. It looks amazing. And what's weird is when you inspect it, the S's look strange because they're not. They don't come all the way straight down. They're diagonal.
They're a different font.
But yeah,
but see, that was the font of dollar sign that you would sometimes see on like 70s game shows. It was just ridiculous greed in a belt, and it was so good.
It's a really good belt.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best belts which is ironic because it's nothing like any other belt.
No,
at all.
no.
At all. And even if you remade it in leather, it wouldn't look right. So.
No, it really wouldn't.
Good choice for number one. I
no way
thought
to
you were
make
going
that
to do the classic IC belt. I thought that was your favorite all-time, end-all, be-all, boring-ass belt.
Title, yes. In my opinion, title, the IC title is probably my favorite title.
But design-wise, $1 million belt for you. Attitude Era belt for me.
Mm-hmm.
Good lists.
So
we had 2 that we matched. The $1 million and the Attitude Era in general belt.
Right.
Just different logos and different straps.
Right. But after you heard the NWA TV title, you wanted to put that on your list, didn't you?
I wanted it on my list,
Yeah.
and I originally was going to put it on there. I don't think we had anything else.
Did you have Attitude Era IC?
I had Winged Eagle, and
Yeah.
I didn't have IC. I wanted to put it on there. There wasn't room.
I was surprised
So
you didn't have Big
so we
Gold
had
belt
3.
on yours. I was shocked that you didn't have Big Gold.
It never did it for me. It never made an impact like the rest. It's not as designed.
And you were a WCW guy.
I know. It wasn't as designed, even though it is. It wasn't as unique for some reason, even though it is, because no other belt looks like that.
No.
But I don't know. I like shiny better, and it's a little dull. So it's not like the kind of styles that I like. I like colorful and shiny and flashy belts, as it should be. Especially like they probably designed it for Flair, and it wasn't as flashy for me. Even though it had red jewels on it. But,
Yeah,
it didn't make my list.
Wow. That's shocking. Party people.
Comment your favorite belt down below.
Well, yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say, let me know what you think down there in the comment section. But what I'm going to say, because we're taping this so close to the holiday season, I don't know when you're going to see this, but it doesn't matter because you can buy us these belts any time of the fucking year. Like, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
You know, my number one is the $1 Million Championship. I'm sure you could
Amazon.
You can go through the 2 drink minimum Amazon link or the 2 drink minimum eBay link, and you can get us these belts out for maybe personally. If you want to get me the Classic Intercontinental or the $1 Million Championship, either one of those 2 are my top 2. What was yours again? Yours
I'll
was the
take
Attitude
the
Era?
Attitude Era belt, and I got my number 2, so you can get me $1 million belt.
His
You got a few $1,000
number 2
lying
is shit,
around.
but get him.
Any of these.
We'll
You
have,
heard them all.
we'll have $2 million belts, please.
Yeah.
We'll have $2 million
I'll
belts.
take 2.
Take
Drink
2.
minimum.
I'm a nice guy, I'm a nice place, with a nice smile on my nice face. Turn it back and I'm making sure my night's straight. And when you're out of town, I'll be making sure your wife's straight.